Welcome to Global Financial Engineering. I'm Dr. Glen Brown. In this session, we'll be looking at Bitcoin. Yes, this is the Global Financial Engineering weekly video commentary for Bitcoin. Interestingly, in the previous session, we upgrade the 821 strategy to what we dub as the complete moving average trading strategy, where we sack a group of moving averages together to determine market structure and also to determine the predominant trend. Now, maybe some people ask whether or not that system will be able to trade all different types of market. The answer is yes. It's a robust system, also based on our entry and exit. We're not looking to tweak too much any of those, so we should be able to apply it to any financial market. The beauty as well, why I decided to build it from scratch, you are able to build that same system on many broker platforms, because most of the indicators that we use, you'll find them on different trading platform apart from MetaTrader. Okay, so we're going to look at Bitcoin using that recent system that we developed together. And you know, Bitcoin have been in a downtrend over the last few months. Matter of fact, I think we hit 16,350 level, about there. And many persons get a little bit nervous where it is going. But if we have a methodology, and we understand the methodology, we practice it, because every day in the market is different. So the more you practice, the more you embed yourself within the market, the more knowledgeable you will be. So don't believe that you'll be able to just get up tomorrow and become the greatest trader ever. No. And there is no system or strategy that will be able to work in all market conditions. The idea is this: you should know when market conditions change. You should also know that sometimes while a system might not work as what you expect, and you might get, maybe let's say you realize you start to get a series of exit, of stop out then, yes? It's good to learn from them, because you could possibly realize that those occur when the market is consolidating. And it doesn't mean that you should cease from taking entry. You should continue to take the entry. Because if your system doesn't stop you out, it means that you might have too much of a wide stop. So nothing wrong with being stopped out. We will never able to win it all. It's going to be very difficult for a lot of persons to get that in. But as we go along, we will try to educate you. As usual, we'd like to dive into the technical aspect of this session, but I have to bring to your attention the risk involved. So I'm going to just go and search for my risk warning here on the website, and then I will bring that screen up and allow you to read through it. So I give you some time to read through the risk disclaimer. It's a requirement for us to bring it to your attention. So I give you a minute or two to run through this quickly, and then I will scroll to the bottom of it and allow you to read through it. For those of you who read slow, you could possibly pause the video at this time, and then you can click back play to continue on the next page. Okay, so we assume that you have reached down here. If not, you could pause the video at this moment. Let's click pause and read through it. And I'm going to take you to the other section of it. It's pretty much a long risk warning, but we want to ensure you are fully aware. So let's give you another moment to go through this. And then the final section of it would have been the CFTC 4.41. And while you will see some live trades, we assume, or you should assume, that all trades are hypothetical, okay? We're not here to tout any winning trades. It's an educational video series, so we must remain calm. All right, with that said, then we can go back to the main session, and that is to look at how we utilize the last system and Bitcoin. All right, so I would have had it on the template, and yes, I do load Bitcoin, and I'm using strategy number 6. But for this particular instrument, Bitcoin, I want to go back in time. I want to take you back to 1st of January 2023. On the 1st of January 2023, we have an 821 cross. But maybe this would not be the right time to take an 821 cross. Reason being, look at the arrangement of the moving averages. The 200 on top, followed by the 100, followed by the 50, 21, and 8. This means that this was a bearish market structure. And with a bearish market structure, we look to short the pair, or to short the instrument, maybe when we reach a resistance era. We could use the tip of the fractal to identify resistance here. So let me look at these three. This is a triple top. Okay, so I just put a straight line here. We can use fractal to determine support and resistance. If you look what happened here, the price moved sideways for a while, and when we break above the 200, when we have a complete candle break above the 200, it's a powerful signal to say this might be a trend reversal. And all we want to look for then, to be on the safer side or to reduce the potential risk of a false breakout, is to look at the time when we have a candle open and close above all the moving average. If we look at this candle, or these two candles, open and close above the moving average. While some person might be eager to enter at this time, based on the strategy where we want to see all the moving averages stacked together, I'm going to wait until I have the red at the bottom, followed by the green, blue, magenta, and aqua. So in truth, in fact, then, for a conservative person who want to trade, then we could get in the trade here. So let me pull this. I want to use a white horizontal line to indicate potential entry. No, maybe I want to use a blue. Okay, let's use a blue. So then, based on the arrangement, we could expect to enter the trade somewhere here, or maybe a person would want to enter or set the trade as a breakout above the fractal here. That means we could enter at 18,690. If you look what happened here, we break this bar, would have been the bar that take us into our entry at the 18,690. Now, at this point, we already know our risk. We are risking 0.06% of free equity. and our stop loss will be 9 times what the ATR is. At this time, our ATR was 239.99, so call it 240 average range. So we could give an idea where your stop would have been. Okay, so let me pull my calculator out a bit. Assuming I decide to enter on this bar, okay, so this line, which should have been, let me get 18,690. So for 18,690, we're going to subtract. So 18,690. We're going to minus, open bracket, 9 times what the ATR was. I think, let me just go back to get it from this. Let's put the mouse right here. We said 240. So it will be 9 times 240. Close my bracket. And hence I'm going to have a stop loss at 16,530. So let me just, for the record, insert 16,530 and see where that will take me to. And maybe I want to put it into brown. Let's use a brown for that. When you increase the size of that. And this is 18,530. Let us verify 18,530. So here I'm going to put 18,530 and click enter. And you'd have seen that our stop loss would give us a stop here. So then you'd have noticed though that as we move along, we would also trail by 9 times. This was a nice breakout rally. Those who possibly decide to take the trade from here out of consolidation, because you could take a breakout trade out of consolidation here. When we rise above the 200, it would correspond to about the monthly pivot line. So when price move above a pivot line, it indicates a potential upside momentum. So here you would have continue up nicely until we pull back into 21, find support, rally here again, and this is where we are now, real time. Because for the digital asset, some brokers or clearing firm allow you to trade 24/7. So Bitcoin is at 23,178. Based on that, we would have expect our stop now to be moving here. So from here to here would have been what we call the secured unrealized profit. Even though we could have a situation where price jump over the stop, so it's not a guarantee. But under normal market condition, we expect that. Price is currently heading into resistance number 3, 23,390. This could have a little bit of a reversal, but until such time we keep the strategy. We are trailing by 9 times the 14 period average range. And I expect that we could see maybe a further rally to the upside, or maybe a pullback into some consolidation. Now, for a person who enter late, for example, say on Friday, you would find yourself somewhere along here and price rallying off. The stop would still be at 24.38, And as we continue to rally, then the stock continue to trail behind price action. So at this stage, then I would say I am bullish on Bitcoin for the medium term. And yes, we'll continue to monitor price action, especially as we go deeper into some resistance cluster where we could have a pullback. But analyzing the moving averages, the 8 upward sloping, 21 upward sloping, 50 upward sloping, 100 upward sloping, 200 upward sloping, this is a clear bullish signal. The MACD is above the zero line. We have the RSI at 78. Some person deemed that this as overbought and expect price to pull back. And we have the stochastic at 90, 91. This could be some stretch, but even if we pull back, we could still find some upside momentum. The bull could continue to dominate for the next week, and we could see Bitcoin reaching the 28,000. This is not a prediction. We don't predict. We just enter and allow the system to work. So this is a shorter video this time, since we are just keeping it to the particular instrument. For those persons who might want to look what is happening on the daily, you could go to the daily. And if you look at the daily, really, I would not take a trade, or you would not get a trade based on the daily rules, because the market structure here, not really orderly. The 200 above, we only have an 8 cross above the 200, and that's why when you, but we could see these moving average sloping up. The flat is the 200, but we could see a little tip to the upside. So we could get this, and these massive daily bars indicate that institutional trade players come into the market from here. See, solid bar exceed all previous, say, 14 bars. Another solid one, another one to the upside. Consolidate a bit. Push higher above this, now above the pivot, heading to resistance 3. We could see further upside. So drill down to the 4 hour, and then this strategy will give you an entry based on the moving average being orderly. So this leads me to the end of this session. We'll continue to use what we deem as the complete moving average trading strategy. And yes, as you see, that's for it works on digital asset as well. So this leads us to the end of this weekly video commentary for Bitcoin. Next week, we will look and see what the result of Bitcoin for the next few days will reveal.